Hi, I'm Elaine Harding. Welcome to my blog .stampwithelaine.com. In the UK, it's Mothering Sunday on the 31st of March, which also happens to be the last day of celebration. I know I ought to highlight another celebration item, especially since it's so close to the finishing post, but I thought I'd better squeeze in a Mother's Day project today, as it's going to be Mother's Day on Sunday. I'm going to be using this host stamp set called Just Because. It can be earned free with the host rewards with a qualifying workshop order of £150 or more. This is the card we'll be making. I believe the story label punch, which was released as part of the Sale-a-bration Coordination promotion during the month of March, won't be available after the 31st of March. I haven't heard any news to the contrary at the time of filming this. If you haven't got it yet and you'd like it, then don't delay. I believe this punch is £17 in Europe. Thankfully, all the things in the summer catalogue will still be available up to the 3rd of June. So no panic just yet for all those items. To make this card, you need a piece of Mango Melody cut at 5 7/8 inches by 8 1/4 inches. In metric, that's 14.85 by 21 centimetres and folded in half. I have 2 pieces of Whisper White, one cut at 3 1/2 inches by 5 1/4 inches. In metric, that's 8.9 by 13.3 centimetres. The smaller one is for the outside of the card, and the larger one is cut at 3 3/4 inches by 5 1/2 inches, and that's for the inside. In metric, that's 9.5 by 14 centimetres. Some vellum cardstock, a scrap of Mango Melody cardstock as well to punch up the label, Tuxedo Black Memento ink, and some stamping blends for colouring. I've got the new Cajun Craze combo, Mango Melody and Granny Apple Green, and I've also got a colour lifter in case I make any mistake. The Petal Pair Textured Impressions embossing folder. We'll be using this one. The other punch we're using is the Sprig punch. It's Granny Apple Green textured ribbon. This is 1/2 inch or 1.3 centimetres. And the Itty Bitty Punch Pack. I'm not going to use all of them, just one of them, and this is my favourite. A Big Shot and cutting plates. First, I'm going to stamp this image in the top left corner here. Now I've stamped it, I can then emboss, and you see the embossing folder. The lettering is this way up. If you put your cardstock in this way, then all these simulated leaves will be pointing downwards. So you really want it to be pointing upwards. So you have the lettering upside down. Pop it into your cardstock so it's shy of the stamped image. Get your Big Shot platform, base cutting plate, your cardstock and embossing folder, top cutting plate, and then you're ready to run it through the Big Shot. So I'll do that off camera. I'm not going to be stamping inside the card, I'm just going to emboss it as well. So this is for the larger Whisper White piece, and I'll do it at the same time as embossing the top piece. Now I'm ready to do a bit of colouring. I'm going to put my silicone mat there to protect my work surface. Grab my pens, and I'll use the light one first. Scribble a base with the brush end. Then I'm going to draw a third with the bullet end and say a little bit over there for a shadow. With the brush end, I'm going to just colour in that section there. I'll probably speed this up now as I'm colouring. Then I'm going to take the dark granny apple green, the bullet end, and just colour in, say about there, for the darker bits. Come in with my light, and I'll speed this up. Colour in the flowers and start with Mango Melody first. Just at the base of the flowers, just a little bit darker. And I'm just going to put a bit of adhesive on the back. It's hard to tell which is the back and which is the front. Grab my punch and I'm just going to cut a couple of sprigs. Grab my Tuxedo Black Memento ink again, stamp onto the Mango Melody cardstock. Take the story label punch, which will be, actually I don't really know whether they're going to carry it forward or not, but as far as I know, they will no longer be available at the end of March. So I'm going to put a bit of adhesive on here at opposite ends of the label and position the vellum sprigs pop dimensionals on the back. Bring back my card front and pop it on there. Bring in my card base and apply adhesive. Stick it to the inside of the card. I forgot to mention that these stamps actually is one stamp joined together, but I just cut it up so that I had more versatility on where I put my labels. Or I could use the vase or the potted plants without the label. It would give me a lot more freedom. Floral itty bitty, I can't remember, it's Happiness Blooms Punches. I can never remember the names of them. So use the end of my piercing tool. Pop it on a glue dot so I don't lose it. And use one of these gingham coloured sequin backed adhesive back sequins and pop it in the centre. Then I can attach it to the flower pot. Use some of these adhesive back sequins to embellish it with. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. If you liked it, then do give me a thumbs up. I'd be ever so grateful. And if you're watching from YouTube, you'll find the list of supplies I use below this video in the Show More section, with direct links to my online store. Just a quick reminder, if there are things that you want from Sale-a-bration, then do place an order and have a chance to earn those freebies before the 31st of March. Thanks for watching.